Hello, everybody, and welcome to our ASTE Community Connect live stream with Melody and Anthony. And I'm Melody of the Melody and Anthony team. How's it going, Anthony?
It's going good, going very good. That
Yes,
music, that update, it's got it was good build up. I was waiting for the drop on that.
I know. You know who actually created that? You know, Hedrick Nichols.
Mm-hmm.
It was her son that created that for me.
Oh, that's so
Yeah, a few years
cool.
ago. Yeah, so I
Yeah,
love that.
awesome.
Yes. Okay, we have some really great things coming up, including some Ann Kozma coming up. So stay tuned. We're going to go through some business first, but thank you again for joining us today. We are so glad that you are here. It is Sunday morning still time with us here in Alaska. It's fall. It's beautiful. Anthony, wherever you are, do you have snow yet?
No
We do
snow
not
here.
either.
It's sunny and nice. It's cold, but
Yes.
not too cold yet.
Yes, so it will. But in February we'll have a different story. But right now we are in a fall, and it is super amazing. And Anthony, it's been a while since we've gone live. How are you doing? Lots of changes in your life. How's everything going?
Yeah, going pretty good. All is well here. Things at the Department of Education, my new position is going really well, and I'll be presenting at the state board this Thursday on AI framework that hopefully the state board is going to adopt or give their thumbs up. And then we share it with the state, but the goal is to engage uh, teachers around the state with additional development of that framework. This is just the start. The goal is to continue adapting and developing that framework in a way that works for Alaskan educators and students. So stay tuned as I put on that other hat and reach out to our ASTE membership and educators around the state. And then I'll be at the ACTE conference talking about flexible career pathways for computer science. So very excited for that.
Oh my
How about you?
goodness.
How are you?
Yeah, that's exciting. Oh my gosh, a lot of great work. Thank you for sharing that. And Yaritza is in the house too. She's coming. So much good news. Things are going great. I went back to the classroom this year. So I'm super tired, but I love it. I always busy, and I absolutely love being in the classroom again. I didn't know that I would love it as much as I do, because you just never know. You know what I mean? I'm doing 2 new grade levels. I'm doing a combo class, but I love the school, the elementary school. 2 years ago, I was in middle school. So this year, if you didn't know, I went back to elementary. And I will say that going back to elementary is very refreshing. I never talk about cell phones. It's not even a thing. It's really cool. I don't even have to worry about any of that. But my students are just precious and amazing. And I even have my own son. Yes, and great things are happening across Alaska and ASTE and in the classroom. But anyway, one of the things that we like to do when we do our community live stream is to give a shout out to educators. And the first shout out I just want to give out is just to everybody who has survived this back to school season. I know that our first quarter is about to end, and I just want to say, like, kudos to everybody who survived. I want to give a shout out to all of our educators who have already sent submissions for ASTE 2026 in February. Coming up, we are going to be one of those people. One of our Alaskan educators is going to be winning registration. So that's coming up. We're also want to give a shout out to Yaritza Villalba and Ann Kozma. They're going to be coming up, and they're amazing educators. But yeah, if you're listening and you are someone in the classroom or you are adjacent to education, this love is for you. Do you have any shout outs, Anthony?
I do. I want to give a shout out to Matthew Gore. He shared with me some really amazing stuff that they're doing out there in Southeast. And I want to make sure I got the school correctly. But he's working with a group of students to create a computer from scratch that would allow them to do their own AI work. So generative AI or LLM work. So it's in-house. It's all their own content. It's trained on their own content. And they own the rights to the computer, and the students can develop whatever AI solutions that they want. He's out at Whale Pass School at the Songam academic program. So shout out to him and all the students doing that stuff. And Matthew actually was a former board member for ASTE.
Mhm. That's incredible. That's really incredible. Like just to go through that experience and learn, and then to prepare our students for life. Matthew and students, excellent job, and we can't wait to hear more about that. And we'll have to have him on our live stream to share all about it. And I think he said he's actually going to present on this.
Yeah, I saw his presentation. Yep.
So, all right, Matthew, we can't wait to hear more, and we'll keep you posted on that. All right. Next up, because we're getting to we're going to get to the really, really good parts, but we have some conference registration updates. Anthony, I'll let you share about that too.
Yeah, so thank you to everyone who submitted a proposal for our little competition. We're going to draw a name later on, but we wound up getting quite a few presentations, and we're so excited for that. I've been reading through them, and amazing stuff lined up. So we'll have that committee start going through presentations, and we'll start mapping out a schedule. But presentation, the call for proposals is still open.
Yep.
And we need more. So please feel free to continue submitting. If you go to aste.org/conference, you'll find the link to present at ASTE. But now you'll also find a link to attend ASTE. That's correct. We now have registration open earlier than has ever been open before. We're really excited for this because we know that people really want to get started on that registration process, or talking to your districts and saying, hey, it's ready, I want to go, how can you support me in doing that? One thing I think that is going to be really nice for districts, and this is out to all you administrators out there, is that the conference is 3 days, not 4 days. So it would be Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Monday being a holiday for many districts, or some districts do in-service during that time. So the need for subs is pretty minimal. Yeah. Maybe Friday if you need a sub for travel, maybe on Wednesday if you need a sub for travel, but otherwise, it's available. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Also, we're offering 3 different rates, more or less. The first rate is the full conference, and then we have the weekender rate, which is just for Saturdays, Sundays. So if a district or an individual want to just attend Saturday, Sunday, they could pay the weekender rate. Or additionally, we have the student rate. So the student rate is just for students K-12, although I wouldn't anticipate many kindergartners coming to that. You never know. Maybe there are some out there. But typically you'd say probably like 6 through 12, although I would say maybe some 3rd, 4th, 5th graders if they want, but you would obviously need a chaperone for that. We're also opening that student rate to college students, pre-service teachers, students who are in community college, students who are in university level and want to come and share some knowledge, or they just want to pick up some knowledge from other veteran educators in the state. So we have the student rate, the weekender rate, and then the full conference rate. And I would highly suggest the full conference rate because you're going to get all the great things that we have planned for ASTE.
Including prom.
Including prom, yes. And that's going to be Saturday. So if you're a weekender, you get to be a part of prom. If you're full conference, you get to be a part of prom. If you're a student...
students aren't going to... Yeah, it's going to be an adult crowd. So... sorry about that, students. Yeah. Good thing we said that now. Yes, the prom will be for adults. But that's okay because students will have their own prom at their own school and all that, yes. Oh, I love it. We even have, yes. All right. Yes. Prof C, thanks for joining in. So we hope that you will check out our registration. We've gone from, like Anthony just said, we've gone from 4 days to 3 days. Yes. And honestly, Okay, and here's the thing. Last year, our prom was a big hit. It's sponsored by GCI. Our top sponsor is GCI. You can dress in a prom dress. We had people that came all completely decked out. I was unfortunately not one of those people. I had planned to be decked out, but I just wore something fun. So, however you want to dress for this prom, you can. And if you want to go full prom, go full prom. There will be people that do that. And yes, I know, right? And so, but you can, it's whatever you feel comfortable in dancing with. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Shannon. Yes, Shannon is going to be joining us on another live stream. Shannon McClumtock Miller. I'm sorry, I just butchered your name. But yes, so exciting. Thank you for joining in. We've got so many amazing things coming for this next ASTE to be excited about. We are working with Shannon and Future Ready and Book Creator. We are looking to also bring in our librarians and have an amazing conference with them, even more than we did last year. So thank you, Shannon, for joining in. She's gonna be a guest, y'all. She's gonna come and be a guest too at some point. Yes, and so woo. So that, did we leave out any business, any serious stuff?
I don't.
We talked about registration is open.
Yeah, open
registration is open. Call for proposals still open. We're going till November, and we still need you guys to submit. Prom is in the house. It's going to be on February 14th because our conference actually is on Valentine's Day. So yeah, and it was a hit last year. I think that, yeah. Oh, I guess I could have put this call for proposals just to be completely. Yes, It is open until November 1st, but. After we have some fun with our 2 keynotes that are just about to join us, we will have the winners. We will be declaring the winners for the Win Your Registration contest. We challenged people from August until October 1st. If you are an Alaskan educator and you submitted at any point from the last time we went live until October 1st, you are going to be in the drawing, and we have like a wheel and everything. Anthony has this special way he's going to declare the winner. Now, there were other people who submitted, but they're not from the state of Alaska, and unfortunately, they're not into the drawing. But I just want to say that if you are not living in the state of Alaska, you're an educator in some other state or some other country, because but you want to come to ASTE 2026, we want you to come, and you can still also submit a proposal. Just go to ASTE.com/conference, or I'm sorry, ASTE.org/conference, and all of the information is right there. Did I leave anything out?
Nope. I think
all right. Okay.
Let's go on with the show. I'm excited.
Let's move on with the show. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have an exciting announcement to make. I'm just going to bring them up. Let's just bring these ladies up. Yaritza and Ann, how are you guys doing? They are going to be our opening keynotes. Everybody cheer. Woo!
Hey.
Yes. Okay, these 2 ladies, as you guys probably know, are powerhouses. They are educators. They are leaders. We're so excited to have both of them. And yes, and just as our opening keynotes, we will be talking more about other keynotes coming, but you 2 are opening it for us, and we love your excitement. Your hands are in so many things, and you're doing amazing things in the education community. I'm going to give you guys a chance to talk about the work you're doing and just how you feel about ASTE. So whoever wants to start.
Ooh, I'll start. I had the pleasure of keynoting ASTE 2024, and it was amazing. If anyone follows me, they know that I was singing the praise of ASTE from like the top of my voice, and just letting people know that there's awesome work being done in Alaska, but also there's educators who are sharing about their experiences in the classroom in a way where it's realistic, it's relevant. And I honestly got the opportunity to just learn from other educators. Sometimes you don't get that opportunity at conferences because you're so busy trying to be in all the spaces. With ASTE, it's a small enough but large enough space where I can just literally go into any workshop, learn, take it away, and it's bite-sized, so it stays with me. And now I had the pleasure to once again step on stage, but this time with my good friend by my side. And I know we're ready to rock it. It's going to be awesome. But hey, girl.
Hi. Oh my gosh. First of all, Melody, Anthony, thank you. I'm so excited to be joining y'all. And y'all, Yaritza already knows how excited I am for ASTE 2026. I have been dreaming of getting up to this conference for many years, and I finally get to. I had a friend who was the Iditarod teacher on the trail in 2016. And like, I have followed education in Alaska for many years and been aware, not only through the two of you and your educational journeys and the things that have been shared across social, but awesome educators like Sarah Peterson that I know and Laura Davies that I know in Alaska. And then when Yaritza went a few years ago to Keynote, I was like, someday. And I'm so excited to get to learn with and from the incredible educators across Alaska who every day, day in, day out, work to empower, inspire, encourage, innovate, and just bring learning to life in their classrooms and communities. So I can't wait. And I need to get a prom dress, apparently, but
Yeah.
like, I'm ready.
So excited to have you both come.
Yeah. And you know what? If you really want to bring a prom dress, you really can. There will be educators that get into prom dresses. And this year I might actually be able to do that this year. I'm really excited. And prom is a big hit. So yeah, and if you have a prom date, you can bring it, but there will be plenty of, if you have to, what do they say, stag? If you have to go stag, you'll have fun too. This is so wonderful. Both of you have so much passion in education, but also it's not just, it's the enthusiasm. You are doing great work. And is there anything right now before we move on that you're super excited just to share about some of the things that you're doing and ways that we can follow you before you even get to Alaska that you would like us to have our eyes on?
Go, my friend. You started off.
So I am the CEO and founder of Mackenzie's Adventures. We're a global ed tech consulting company. We work with schools and organizations around the world. I literally just got back from New Zealand. I was there. I was the keynote for the MIE Howie, and it was amazing. But one thing that I'm focused on now is being able to just give resources and create experiences for students around the world to interact with each other. We kicked off Code Africa in August, and I'm happy to say that we're doing the music exchange with some high-level celebs starting in February. So I'll be able to actually share that at ASTE 2026.
Nice.
Mic drop. That's like a name reveal too, what this project is. That's something to pay attention to. Oh my God. I can't wait. So, how lucky am I to have a friend like this who's literally changing the game in education around the world? And Yaritza and I had the honor and privilege of working together for a few years at Flipgrid. And that was such a joy and so many just treasured moments celebrated with educators and the learning community around the world. And hey, look at that. Oh yeah. I remember that shout out. So many just dynamic, special moments and memories. And I have the great privilege and honor of working and getting to continue working in education, community support and championing. Gosh, I don't know why that was hard to come out. Championing educators and cheering for educators on the Adobe team. So I'm an education evangelist at Adobe. And fun fact, Adobe Spark way back in the day was a tool that I was using in my own classroom and my community when I was at TOSA in Southern California. And it really truly was the pivotal tool for me that kind of changed the way I started thinking about student voice, and students were creating those Spark videos and creating content. It's this really cool full circle moment for me to find myself at Adobe now working with a dynamic team to support and empower educators and students as the next generation of creators. And Adobe is a storytelling company, a creative company, but believes in the power of this kind of like creative thinking to empower people not only in education, but in industry and across careers as well. And I love getting to work with teachers and students all over the country and see how I can support and empower. I do, we're working at events, or we're in person, or doing virtual events. Tomorrow I have like 60 classrooms from across Hacienda La Puente School District in Southern California. And we're talking about cultural storytelling and their identities through the creative challenges that Adobe provides. So it's kind of like an all the things mentality in any way that I can support and empower the learning community. That's what my heart just beats for, sort of living a better together mindset. And how great is this right now, talking about how a community is coming together to support each other, empower each other, inspire each other. And that's why I'm so excited about ASTE, like a dynamic community of learning that gets to take place in the same space and time, coming up here pretty soon.
It is. And it's going to be here before we even know it. That's what I am like, oh my gosh, it's months away. Yes. But it feels like life is going so fast right now. Yeah. Both of you have so much excitement. You have very much made change in the EdTech community, but overall in our national community when we talk about, and global, I should say international, when we talk about education and what really matters, and just your enthusiasm and creating that community. You both have helped create that global educator community. So it is such a privilege to have both of you come and kick our conference off. And it's going to be unlike anything that we've ever seen. That's what I think. I mean, I remember, the ISTEs and all the things that you guys have done, and now it's going to be incredible. This is not an ASTE that you want to miss, y'all. If you were on the fence, you're not sure, listen, we've lowered the price. We've made it so that you don't have to miss any days of school. Come, okay? Be here. You're gonna be so glad that you did. And prom is also an extra. But yes. I don't know how convincing that is, but also, I think that some people were like, prom, really? But it was a big hit last year. I think you all will have a lot of fun. All right, Anthony, before we move on, is there anything you wanted to say?
No, I think looks like there was a question in Facebook, and we could put that up in a second. But I think what I just want to say, what I really appreciate is the both of you coming to our conference, which on the grand scheme of things in terms of conferences, we're like really tiny and small, but that's what makes us so special. I think is because of that Alaskans are definitely part of that bootstrap mentality. We just got to make it happen with what we have and the resources we have to inspire the youth of this state to continue just being amazing and creating an amazing world. And I'm really appreciative of the perspective you bring, a global perspective and experience to educators and students. And I just really appreciate the breadth of connections and experiences that you have going to other conferences and bringing that to our membership. So we really appreciate you both, and we're so excited to have you open up the conference.
Yes, and yes, for sure. I also share those thoughts as well. And Pam, she is one of our most dedicated members in ASTE, and she's a librarian, like probably the most amazing librarian in the state of Alaska that I've ever met. Like, no offense to any other librarians, but and she has a question for you. Is the Adobe Explainer video program still out there?
Yeah, this is a great question. And I started to answer it right on Facebook as I'm like watching, have my phone open. So Pamela, I'm so glad you shared this question. You have noticed, if you're inside of Adobe Express for Education, we did a refresh of the experience this summer. A lot of the announcements that ISTE were made. We now have a monthly creative challenge that guides folks into it. So it is not the same thing as the Explainer video program. There are monthly challenges that are taking place. We have a whole new series of guided activities that set folks up for success with video-based and text-based step-by-step explainers. So you might notice some differences, some changes, but there is still structured support in product for folks to go in. And even if they have, a beginning level of knowledge or awareness about the program, these monthly creative challenges literally will give you and your learning community hands-on experience. And Melody, I love that you're shouting out the library and media specialists, educator librarians, and Pamela this month. It's design a book bento box. So imagine how your readers or your community could dig in and celebrate, any piece of literature that they want to talk about, or branch across the curricular area, go into historical eras, or make a math bento box. Literally, that's what I love about Adobe, is you can match it to all of your curriculum or content standards. But shout out to all the educator librarians, media.
Yes.
And Pamela, if you haven't seen them yet, check out those monthly creative challenges. They're right there on the home screen, that first colorful tile you see when you get into the product.
Oh, that's so great. If you want to drop a link, I'll drop it if you want me to.
Yeah.
Pam, you're right. I probably don't know enough but I still think that you're incredible, even if, whatever, even if my knowledge is limited. But I will get to know more librarians this ASTE. That is a mission. Thank you for sharing that. And that does sound really cool. And those challenges are for educators and students.
Yep.
Like
for
awesome.
Everyone. Yeah. And I'm going to share a link directly to the bento box because
okay.
And actually it's easier for me right in the private chat. So Anthony or Melody, if you want to just grab it and repost it. This literally takes folks into the product, and on the right rail, you'll notice an entire Learn panel. There's a video that in under 2 minutes walks teachers and students. It can be used to front load a project, teach the project in real time, or go step by step. But that link on the screen, the adobe.ly/edubento box, is for this month in particular. But as soon as you sign right into the Adobe Express for Education experience, you will see all of the incredible ways that you can just jump into product with the click of a button.
I just want to say I love that URL, Adobe.
I know. It's like the short URL one, but for Adobe.
Yeah, Adobe. Love
so
it.
Cool.
Thank you.
I'm going to dive into that. I hope that everybody else will, and share it to our ASTE community if you do that. And we will share it out as well. All right, we are getting closer. We have something really exciting coming up for everybody who has submitted. Okay, you are in a contest to win your registration, and this is full registration. This isn't just the weekender. This is your full registration. Anthony, are you ready? Are we ready to do this?
Yeah, we are ready. So we took the names of people who submitted between now and October 1st ish. Until we did this live stream, we figured it was fair. But yeah, we've had a lot of great submissions. What I've been reading through is incredible. So yeah, let's spin the wheel of these Alaskan educators and let's see who wins, ladies and gentlemen, free registration to ASTE 2026. Can we have a drum roll, please? Like a
yes. All right, can you hear it? Woo! Who is it? Oh my God, who is it?
Who do we got? It is Andrew West.
Oh my God, Andrew! Woo! Andrew West, congratulations! Oh my gosh. He is coming from a faraway place.
I've seen a lot of what Andrew posts or has done at the ASTE conference, and have seen a lot of his posts in the past as well. We share a commonality with enjoying a lot of sci-fi flicks and shows together. But I'm really excited for his session that I've read, and congratulations, Andrew. Really happy for you. We'll follow up with more information and a code that you could enter in for your free registration on us.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Andrew, and fun fact, Andrew is one of the first friends I made at my first ASTE. So we have been friends. And when we used to do our ASTE Twitter chats, my daughter doesn't even know, Andrew and I hosted together. So that is so cool. Oh my gosh, Andrew. Yay, I'm so excited. Yes. This is really cool. All right. Okay. Is there any other business I'm looking? I'm looking to see if we have any other business. I think before we have a little bit of fun, if you want to sponsor ASTE, we just want to encourage you. Reach out to me, and we would love to have you sponsor. We have GCI who is sponsoring. He's already committed. We have, oh my gosh, I'm going to forget, but Brisk Education.
Brisk, yeah. Alaska Department of Education.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. Our deed has, and oh my gosh, AK Grad has. So thank you to everybody who has already decided to sponsor us. And we're looking with Book Creator. Book Creator is going to be huge. I did a contest sponsor. So yeah, we're so excited. If you do want to, this is going to be the ASTE of ASTE so far. Like, it's going to be hard. Like, this is going to set the stage for something so phenomenal that we're just going to have to really think about how we're going to improve on it every year. But I'm excited about that. That's a good challenge to have. All right. Matthew says, oh my gosh. And you know what, Matthew, I don't know if you were watching earlier, but we were really talking about you. So if you didn't see this, just tune in, Matthew. Yeah. All right. So if we are going to go to a fun little game before we say goodbye, it's that fun little game called Would You Rather. And I wanted to play this last month, but we weren't live, but back to school edition, because we're still in our first quarter. So here we go. And no judgment. Everybody can have their own opinion. So yes. All right, here we go. First question. All right. Oh, I don't like that question, so that is not going to be it. Okay. I like this question. Everybody says, when you ask a kid, like, what's your favorite subject? Recess. Okay. So we're all educators, even if we're not all in the classroom right now. Would you rather have a long recess or have your school finish off earlier? Ooh. What would you rather have? And if you're tuning in, you can also comment.
You go first. Anybody else go first? I'll bring up the rear.
I think a longer recess. Yes. I believe in breaks in between is a bit better and needed. Like, I know, just even when we think about the workday, right? We're constantly, like, I know I'm constantly telling Ann, like, make sure you take a break for yourself. And she's always reminding me to take a break for myself as well. So that's the first thing that came to my mind, was a longer recess is necessary, because then when you get to the end, it's like, it doesn't feel like so harsh.
Yeah. There's a lot of learning as well that happens in recess, like learning, just, relational learning, just, and being in the world learning. Nature is very healing. And yeah, I think that, and one thing I would like to say is I think recess should go all the way through middle school at least. Yeah. High schoolers have different schedules. So, but I say that I did work at an amazing middle school where we had block schedules, and we had 10 minutes in every class to have a break to divide up. Cool. Yes, the hour and a half long. Mm-hmm. And it really does make a difference.
Yaritza, your answer changed my mind, because I was going to say get out earlier, but I'm going to double down on the longer recess. Play, mindfulness moments, health, well-being, mental health breaks, stretching, movement. Yes. And I was going to say the other one because I want more daylight at the end of the day to be able to go on a walk or go do something. But that could easily be incorporated into a longer recess. And since I'm a remote employee, I sit for long periods of time, meeting after meeting after meeting, and I need to stand up and move. And I was an advocate for movement in my classrooms, and recess at every age. That's what I'm going to say. So, yeah. Recess for every age, including your late 40s.
Yes, especially in your 40s. Listen, I agree. And the thing about it is, if we had more recesses, we might not want to leave earlier. Like, it might not be so, but for anybody that says, leave earlier, we get that too. But Pam says extra shorter recess breaks. Thank you for joining in. And she's right. This is the first year that in my classroom, I'm going to have to help students into their snow gear. Not yet. It hasn't snowed here yet, but it's coming. Yes. Is this Prof C? Is this Prof Carlson? She says more play, or if I'm wrong, maybe it's not she. But yes, more play. I agree. Anthony, do you want to weigh in before we go to the next one?
Yeah, I would just say more play. There should be more play in the student state, particularly at a younger age. 15 minutes of recess in a elementary school should be deemed illegal. Like, there should be more time for students to play. And like you said, they learn a lot just in that process.
All right, next question. Would you rather bring lunch from home or eat in the school cafeteria?
I'll let somebody answer that first.
I'm gonna go lunch from home. I'm terrible at making lunch for myself at home. But the reason I'm voting for this is I have some funky like food allergies, and I want to control what I eat and not be like, except I loved school lunch when I was a kid. The ladies in the cafeteria worked so hard. And sometimes those meals just slap in the best way,
Yes.
So, but
the slap in the best way.
I know. I've never said that. I don't know why I chose that.
I love it.
It's the kids. It's the kids.
Young at heart. I've never said that before.
It just slaps,
I love it. I'm going to incorporate that this week. I'm going to say it as many times as I can. No, but it's good. It's good. But you're right. And I think it's a great description. I think I like, even though sometimes cafeteria food can get a bad rap, I'm a child of the 80s, and, having those square pizzas, they're round now, but I still love school pizza. I am a weirdo, and the weirder it looks, the more delicious it is to me, because it slaps in the right way. You know what I'm saying?
That's so funny. I just put in the chat. My niece is really getting into school lunch this year, and she's like, I want to buy lunch from school. I want to buy lunch from school. So it's like also hanging out with kids in the line, having a little bit more time with your friends or to socialize. Like there's so many different benefits to it,
That's true. See, I'm all for bringing lunch from home because I cook. And for me, it's just like a matter of if I made some branzino with some asparagus and some mashed potatoes, I would love the opportunity to reheat it and eat it for lunch. But then I also like cafeteria food. It just depends on what it is. So I can't do the pizza. Absolutely not. I can't do the pizza. I don't know. It's something about the cheese that always
it does not slap in the right way for you.
It does not slap. But the baked chicken, I can do chicken. So it's certain foods where I'm just like, ooh, that looks good, and it tastes like a home cooked meal. And there's others where I'm just like, did they microwave this? I don't want this. I don't want it.
I'm like, they microwaved it. It looks so good. So yes.
I am half and half.
All right. Well, I was wrong. Prof C, Professor Crosby, thank you for correcting me. Pam said, and we're glad you're joining in, by the way. Pam says lunch from home. Prof C says until school nutrition catches up with, epigenetic research. Okay, right. All right, Anthony, that just leaves you.
Okay. I was a free lunch kid growing up from when I started school until I graduated from high school. It was pizza day every Friday. For me, what I loved. And it wasn't the most healthy. Like school lunch certainly has improved from the 80s and 90s, I would like to say. But, it's all mass produced, genetically modified things. And they're trying to do local lunch, a lot of that. So I'm hoping that we could see more of that coming up. But I mean, it's kind of nostalgic food. And when I was teaching at the high school, in the middle school, most days school lunch was my lunch, and I would commiserate with the students and eat what they were eating, and they seemed to enjoy it. I thought it was all right. Filled me up, and got to have the chocolate milk with it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean, I'm totally lactose intolerant at this time, but I do the school chocolate milk is great. I will say my elementary is they provide free lunch and breakfast for every student, not teachers, but students. And I have to say that knowing that my kids don't have to be hungry in the morning is amazing. So for all the cafeteria workers, I don't know that they would be, watching this, but like it really does make a difference. And I feel like that is such a a wonderful thing to happen. Pam has something to say, and I love it. Food insecurity is what I always have. Yes, exactly. And actually, when the school provides, what I've noticed is since they provide breakfast in the morning, if they can't get to it, like some of those are shelf sustainable, right? They can put it in their cubby, and we do try to have snacks. Parents send snacks for the whole class, but those are always good as well. And yes, chocolate milk was the best. One of my worst stories is, listen, I think that the 80s and 90s school lunches were slapping. Okay, like I really do.
didn't
That's why
mind
I
them.
still
Yeah.
like it.
I
But
didn't
I
Stay
have
tuned for the ASTE 2026 keynote, where I will be working slapping in for the best kind of description.
I had spinach, and one kid I remember, his name was Brett, and he was like, "Oh, that spinach is so gross." So I covered it with a napkin. But I love spinach, and so but I did never order that again. But yeah, all right. Do we have time for one more question?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Now you might think this is a weird and maybe an obvious answer, but I think this is something that we should all think about. And when it's my time to answer, I will share why I am asking this one. But would you rather sit with your friend or sit on a seat assigned by your teacher?
Oh. So I'm a talkative person. So I always had the teacher like move me around in class anyway. So whether I started off sitting with my friends, I always ended up sitting with somebody else that
They became your friend.
yeah, like that. I'm a talkative person. Like I love to talk, and sometimes it's not me being rude. It's just I'm excited to have conversations with people, and I'm loud, right? You know, I'm from Brooklyn. I'm loud, so it definitely became a distraction. So I would say, you know, sitting with someone that's a complete stranger. I mean, they're gonna become my friend anyway, like within the first 5 seconds. But yeah, complete stranger.
I'm going to go with that too. I'm fine, easily adaptable, make friends, and don't have a problem talking to strangers. Always was trying to be the educator that would go up and say hi to the new teachers first and say, come sit with us, come sit with us. A good friend, Eddie Campos Jr., always talked about the Pac-Man theory, leave a space open in your circle to welcome somebody in. So if I'm sitting next to my friends, I'm sure I'm giggling and laughing. Yaritza said she's loud, I'm loud. I could sit anywhere, but I'm going to go let my teacher put me where they want me, because maybe they have a reason for it, but I'm going to make the best of it.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I'm kind of opposite in that. I'm very quiet and reserved. May not think that, but I do tend to not talk a whole lot. And I had friends in school, but you know, any of that talkative stuff didn't necessarily happen in the classroom. So if the teacher wants to put me somewhere, I'm like you said, Ann, it's probably for good reason. So, and hopefully in that I would make a friend.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So I actually, before school started, I had lunch with John Carippo and Jacob Carr, and we were actually talking about this. And we were talking about developing classroom community. And so I have strategically, and they talked about like changing seats every week. Well, because of the way that my tables are set up in my classroom, I've actually been changing it up every day, because I noticed that my students, while they at recess, they'll find their friends, and you don't always get, you know, your friends in your classroom. But I noticed that there wasn't a lot of relationships already. Okay. So I have been switching it daily so that everybody will have to talk to each other. And it's been really interesting to see that it has taken almost this entire first quarter to get kids to comfortably talk to each other academically. And I do teach a combo class. So it's also, I've been strategically putting second graders with third graders, because they're not always with us. They do go out for different reasons. And I finally feel like that community is starting to be built. I feel like my third graders are kind of embracing the second graders, because there's a huge difference, it feels like to me, with their maturity levels. And so it's been really wonderful to see. And then I give them the options. Some days I don't put out the name tags that we've made. I just say, today you get to choose. And so I watch who they choose, so that also I can put them together when they don't choose. And it's been a really eye-opening experience for me. And now they're saying, you know what, go ahead and just assign us seats. We're ready for that. And it's been pretty amazing. One of the pieces of our math curriculum is to look at something that we put on the slideshow about what is the same as what is different. And at the beginning of the school year, nobody would say anything. They just wouldn't talk to each other. That think, pair, share stuff was not happening. And I know that it's only supposed to be like a 2-minute conversation, but these kids now talk to each other, and I'll let it go on for 5-6 minutes because I just want to hear their thoughts. And they do talk in their groups and they do share. And I just give a shout out to the Edu Protocol people, because that it was such a good conversation to have before I started the school year. It really helped me to kind of have a vision for that. So that's our last question. I just want to also say Pam talked about ketchup being designated as a vegetable, and I don't want to go because I'm an 80s child. Well, that was before the 80s, but I just want to say that we have to share those things. This was a great morning for us. I know it's the afternoon for you on the East Coast, but for everybody who joined in and shared with us, we really appreciate you. Congratulations to Andrew West for winning the free registration. Thank you to everybody who submitted sessions. It's still open for the whole next month. We really want to hear from you. And there have been people that have, shared submissions from all over the country. And if you follow Yaritza on LinkedIn, there are people that are from New Zealand. They're going to come see her, or from Africa. I feel like wherever you are in this world, if you're seeing this and you want to submit a session, we want you to. We want you to come. It's going to be a phenomenal conference, opening with these two brilliant women leaders in education who have so much excitement to share and so enthusiastic. It's just contagious. But follow us on all of our socials, and we will meet again. Next time we meet, we're going to talk about the IDITA contest. So tune in for that. Does anybody have any last words they'd like to say before we say goodbye?
Thanks for having us. It's awesome to start the hype and excitement for ASTE 2026. Honored to be a part of it, and can't wait to see you all in Alaska.
Awesome.
I am super excited. I mean, I can't stop dancing, so that should be the first piece of evidence that I am totally excited. Thank you so much for having us, and we look forward to seeing all of you. I'm going to say all of you in February.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you all so much. Don't forget to submit your session, and if you're ready to register, go ahead and do that. And if you need us to help advocate for you to your district administrators, feel free to reach out to us, director@aste.org or anthony.white@aste.org, and we'd be happy to help with that.
Yeah. Until next time, everybody, have a great one.